Teamless Tuesday is here. Gee, I wish it was just pre-round one again. Just those first team lists when you're full of excitement there. You're sitting there with unlimited rank and you're like, oh, I can do it this year. This will be my year. Round 20 now, and it's kind of like, oh, just where can I finish? Is the theory now. But Eagles v the Roosters to kick us off, and we do have the 7 guys actually out. I'm surprised that they are actually sitting this one out, and they have a bunch of debutants, and we will speak about them in the video with Scoop coming out tomorrow morning. But really, are there many options in here? Probably not, to be honest with you. You have Davey coming back. Ethan Bullymore plays in the 11, which doesn't really help anyone of Ben Trebojevic ownership there. We've got a few guys missing in on the wings for Manly. You've got Garrick there, you've got Cherry Evans. So the main 2 guys, Olakwatu is out and Kola. So they're probably the 2 that are a little bit annoying. If you have Kola and no cover, which I'm pretty sure our People Squad does, it's very, very annoying. But that is that. James Seguiara is actually playing this week as well, which is a very interesting one. Welcome back to him. Okay, so on the Roosters side of the ball, we get Joey Manu back. I had 1 or 2 people ask me if we should trade him out, considering he'll be back at centre. But I just think he's too important for them in the back end of the year here to come out and do really well and dominate and get them into the finals in a good position. So I think Manu is definitely a hold heading into this week. In terms of guys in the forward, Nat Butcher, still a solid buy. I think along with Crichton, both will do pretty well heading into the next bunch of weeks. So we move down from there. The Warriors v the Storm. We didn't have their team list for a while there, so good to see them up. On the Warriors side of the ball, not too much to talk about apart from Reece Walsh back in the 1 jersey. Chanel Harris-Tavita in the 6. So if you do still own Walsh, it's probably still ideal to think about moving him on. They're up against the Storm, who should be better. Who knows if they will be. But I don't think he's going to score super well over the next bunch of weeks. There's a heap of the wing fullbacks that are killing it at the moment, and it could be ideal to go to them with those extra 4 trades if you can. Toa Harris is doing well. Aiken, solid. Obviously, last week wasn't great, but I think that he can do a lot better this week. He's been a little bit up and down across the year. Gets a 60, 70, 80, and then picks up like a 35. So, can happen. Did happen this week, and we'll see how we go from there. Josh Curran gets his edge back row spot back, which I think is obviously ideal, and you could continue to hold him. Obviously, after that tough benching last week, we'll have to wait until late mail for him to see if he's going to keep that spot. For the Storm guys, so really all you want to think about here is Hughes a hold or not? And if you can upgrade, I think you probably can, and probably should, sorry. Munster, a great buy. Harry Grant, also a great buy there this week if you can. So we move down with the Eels and the Panthers. So yeah, with Reedy not doing too well, then Harry could be a decent upgrade if you can get to him. Obviously, if Cook's a little bit too high, it might be Harry that you go for. In terms of any other guys there, I've seen a couple of guys go, I'm going to trade out Mitch Moses. I think you're probably worth holding on to him. And a Dylan Brown. He picked up a 48 without being too spectacular. They do need to step up. It is obviously against the Panthers, which is going to be tough this week, but yeah, I think they'll be okay. Ryan Madison also, someone I think you should at least give another week, but we'll speak about him as well with Scoop. Probably, obviously, a gun. Get him in your side if you don't have him yet. For the Panthers, we see Stephen Crichton be out this week with his cut-off ear. It was a bit of a tough one for sure. Robert Jennings we'll speak about as a potential cash down who can play and score fairly well over this next little period with Stephen out. Won't be too long it sounds, but yeah, definitely a helpful one there. We see Jerome Luai is going to be out for a little while, so Sean O'Sullivan comes in and fills that role. Not that Jerome was too big of a fantasy scorer anyway, or someone that was owned by many people. We see Eisenhuth getting named in that 8 jersey again with Moses Leota missing last week, so he's in the 22 jersey, so they're going to give him a chance to come back and see what happens there. Isaiah Yeo still a great option, even with him not scoring super duper well last week. If we're looking at Titans, really nothing changes for them apart from Aaron Clark being in that starting 13 role this time, which is pretty exciting. And he's someone we will speak about in the buy, hold, sell video as well, and just see what we can what we think the output will be for him heading into this week. So on the other side there, Raiders have an interesting few games ahead. We've got the Titans there, and these are pretty important ones to them to really cement their spot in the 8. So all of their guys are going to be looking to play really, really well. We get Adam Elliott named in 13 again. I don't know why they keep changing him. He's such a gun there at the moment. So him, you got Hudson Young had to come off a light game. He'll still be great, and I'd be holding him. Tarpanay, a great option as well. And then you've got Jamal Fox, who's been really sneakily going super well the last 3 weeks especially. And I think he can continue that. He's in a rich vein of form. He kicks the goals. And if they continue playing well, the Raiders, I think he will continue to score well. But definitely not a top tier half option. Sharks v Bunnies there. We've got not too much on the Bunnies, on the Sharks side. We do have Finucane named, but we'll find out his fate tonight if he's going to be out for 3 weeks or get off scot-free and play. So it's a very contentious one at the moment with him really making contact, head-to-head contact with Crichton as to why he's actually was potentially going to miss this round. So if he's out, it bodes well for McInnes. If he's still in, nothing too much changes. He's going to be a high 40s type of scorer, I'd say, to that 50 max. All right, on the Bunny side, not too much to talk about. Again, I still think Latrell's a good option to bring in. He's in great form there for sure. And in the forwards there, you've got Cook and Murray, both pretty close to must-haves, I would say, with how they've been playing. Broncos v the Tigers one is very interesting as well. You'd imagine a pretty good win from the Broncos. It'll be interesting to see how the Tigers step up after what happened to them last week, the poor fellas. But again, a couple of guys to speak about. We've got Mariner, so Dean Mariner there. We will speak about in the buy, hold, sell video with Scoop coming out tomorrow. As I said, we'll speak about Reynolds as well. I'm a little bit annoyed how good he's been playing since I removed him on, but we'll definitely speak about him as a great option heading into the next few weeks as well, and what we're going to do with Ezra Mam, for example. Payne Haas, another one that we're going to speak about along with Carrigan. So plenty of interesting guys to speak about in that team. And then Dewey as well. We'll have a bit of a discussion around him and what you should be doing with him. Off Ngawe, we've got Hastings, a few guys there definitely to speak about. So nothing changes on the Tiger side of the ball for sure. Knights v the Dogs. A couple more to go here, guys. We have really not too much to talk about on the Knights side. I'd be steering clear of Brayley. We see Mitch Barnett move to the 12 jersey, which is very interesting. And if you do own him still, this is the premier position for him. Brodie Jones getting a sneaky 13 role. So he actually is someone that was really consistent on that edge, tackled really well. So I think he can do a great job in that 13. Now, I'm not sure how he's going to go passing the ball as a bridging 13 type of player, but we'll definitely see there. Frizzell, what do you do with him? You probably sell. He's just not playing well enough. Clem is a definite hold. On the Dog side of the ball, Carraz probably can continue to hold him if you do own him. Burton's pretty close to a must-have in that center position. And Josh Jackson, I think it's a hold now. With him being in that 13 role now, I think it's probably a better option for him long-term. I think he's a better 13 than he is a 12. I don't see him as being very damaging as a try-scoring option in that 12 or 11 position. So 13 is probably more his bag. So he's definitely someone that I think you should hold, but we'll talk about him as well. Dragons v the Cowboys is the last one we'll go through here in this video, and really not too many guys I would suggest you picking up on the Dragon side. So we'll move on to the Cowboys, who definitely have some options there. We see the same team named as last week, but Lucy ended up going to the bench, and that could happen again. So just be aware of that. We do have Ruben Cotter in the 20 jersey, so very annoying that he hasn't been named again. But really, with these hamstring injuries, the biggest chance of re-injury is in that first few weeks. So an extra week, I would personally be okay with it, given I'm a Cowboys fan, that he comes back and is right to go. Yeah, the quicker he's good to go. Sorry, take a little bit longer for him to be good to go, and he'll be ready for the finals when we exactly need him. So really, other than that, Tamalolo I think is a hold. Nanai you can hold as well because he's been scoring pretty well. Drinky is also a hold. But that is the team list video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. Got plenty out of it. Like, subscribe. Would appreciate that if you did that heading into these last bunch of weeks. Like I said, appreciate all of you guys watching and sticking all the way through the end of the season. We do have that extra 4 trades now, so at least you should be with us for one more week. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys.